Hey guys, what's up? I'm Tara Wellman, and this is Birdseeds. And yes, it has been a while, but I will spare you all of the boring details because I know you don't care, and just get right to it. So I typically participate in a couple of cool social media group projects, if you will, with a bunch of other Cardinals fans, bloggers, writers, and people like me who do some of all of that. And one of them is an off-season roundtable conversation where we all sort of toss out questions or problems and pretend we have the actual power to answer questions or solve all of the Cardinals' problems. So when it was my turn to ask a question, I decided to be super predictable and ask the only question that made sense coming from me. What do you do with Kolten Wong in 2017? Now, everybody has a different take on this, which I know is really surprising considering we're all on Twitter and you never get hot takes on Twitter or anything. But you can check out the full roundtable discussion under the Bird Tales tab over at cardsconclave.com. But I figured since it was my question, I should probably answer it, and I'd give you that answer right here. So, Kolten Wong. We all know I'm a fan, to say the least. I've made no secret of that, and I was reasonably, I'd say, perturbed by the way the kid was handled by the entire organization this season. From giving him the big contract extension in the spring to sort of humoring his expressed desire to become the leadoff hitter, to making Jed Jerko sort of that Mark Ellis dark cloud hanging over every strikeout or ground out for Kolten all season long, to the odd he'll get everyday at-bats there trip to Memphis, and then playing him so little at the big league level that I wondered if he'd been traded and they just forgot to tell us. But all of that aside, John Mozeliak has made very clear that he wants dynamic athletes, strong, almost suffocating defense, particularly on the infield, and everyday consistency in 2017. And I happen to think that means it's time to give Kolten Wong a real chance. I don't mean in spring training, I don't mean in the first month or so and see what happens, and I don't mean with another guy breathing down his neck just in case. And it's not just because I like the kid either. It's because I see in Kolten Wong a guy who still, after years of bouncing in and out of the starting lineup every day, doesn't know what kind of player he actually is. And I don't think the organization does either, which is a problem for a guy that they seem to think has the potential to be a core piece moving forward. I mean, even this year, he started out with this I'm gonna be a leadoff guy thing, which has never been the hitter Kolten Wong profiled to be, but then he realized that the guys who were actually getting playing time were the guys hitting home runs, so he in turn started to swing for the fences in every at-bat. Only after he got back into the lineup near the end of the year, and only then after publicly voicing his frustrations, did it look like he just wanted to play ball, whatever that looked like day to day. And that is when he started to succeed. See, for Kolten, it seemed to always be a matter of confidence, and that can be a scary problem to face because it doesn't typically stay at the plate. We saw that with Kolten Wong this year too. I mean, he proved himself more than capable defensively with countless highlight reel plays, but then he'd look like a guy haunted by the same ghost that drove Tyler Green out of town. Yeah, scary. I think the only way for the Cardinals to ever find out if this kid can get past that battle and truly become a core piece of the Cardinals' future is to give him the reins at second base all year. Similar to what they did with Randal Grichuk at the end of this last season, I think Kolten Wong needs to be given the job at second base, case closed. Let him work through stuff when he's struggling. Help him figure out what to do when he's pressing. Give him every opportunity to find himself, if you will, without this added pressure of wondering if his job's going to be taken away from him if he doesn't live up to some unwritten level of expectations. And again, it's not just because I like Kolten Wong and I want to see him succeed. It's because I think the organization simply needs to know. They need to know if he can figure it out. They need to know what kind of player he's capable of being. And Kolten needs to know those things too. If they don't give him a chance, they're either gonna move on from him too soon or they're gonna use him so ineffectively that they might, in fact, ruin him without ever knowing whether he's capable of being a core piece or not. And that would be a huge waste. But what do I really know?